All right, I just recorded my last video. It's currently rendering, but I think a lot of stuff during the day and not everything I think is relevant to um, put in the like pro option stalker chat room. But I'm just going to break some stuff down. This is stuff that everyone in there should know. Um, of course, maybe there's some people that don't know it because they might be new, they might still be learning. Um, but I just want to get into this. So today the market is moving in a bearish way. That's clear. Here we have the open where it first initially tests the downside, or another way this line it represents here the low of yesterday, bounces off of it, then tests the upside, attempts to fill the gap, fails, big red candles. Immediate warning signs today's going to be a bearish day. Now, when this couldn't bounce up here and came back down, then we know bearish trend day. But here is the problem. There's a big problem here. And this is this is extremely important. I'm seeing a ton of short trades. Let me offer an alternative perspective here. Let's think about this in the context of institutional buying and selling. Okay, this candle here represents an attempt to go down, which is initially defended. This candle here represents an attempt to go up, which is sold off from fairly quickly. These red candles represent conviction to the downside. Whether that's going to be accelerated by institutional involvement. Of course, retail piggybacks off everything. They panic, they see things, they sell. That's why when stocks go down, they typically go down a lot faster than they go up. Look at any market crash, you'll see that typically the meltdown, you know, if it's a full crash of the market, might be, a week or so, maybe a month, but it takes, a year sometimes to really get back to where the market was at before that. So, regardless, here is where I have a problem. So, here we have this defended again. Buyers are attempting to go up again, which is smack down again. Now, at this level right here, I'm seeing an incredible amount of shorts. I really worry about that. You know, if there's a couple kinds of trades which can be okay. If you're looking like, let's say for example, Harry, who's one of the pros in the room, went short Boeing. Let me see where he went short Boeing, just so I can have an accurate thing here. So he shorted Boeing at 203. So let's look here. We got Boeing up here because I've been looking at it. Okay, so 203 is about right there, and then it got to a low about 202.69. Now, that trade so far is in profit, and I have no idea of his intention. I have no idea of his target, but if his intention is to day trade it, which I suspect that it is because I've seen him make a lot of day trades lately, I have not seen him take a lot of overnight trades besides things like short puts and some other kinds of trades like that, which makes a lot of sense because, in my opinion, we're not in a market right now where holding overnight is going to be vastly profitable. I have a few overnight holds, two of which are from last Thursday, which I don't necessarily regret, but I wish I wasn't in them. Like if I saw magic, if I had a magic ball that told me not to, I would have listened to it. Um, and then I'm in Disney, which for me is a trade I'm holding until the rumors of their buyout is confirmed or denied. That's more of a longer hold for me. So that doesn't really count as much. But here's the problem I have with this market. So everyone is wanting a breakdown right here. But what's happening? It's consolidating. Now, what's happening tomorrow? Today is September 19th. Tomorrow is September 20th. What's happening tomorrow? FOMC meeting, rate decision. So, from an institutional perspective, why is the market selling off today? Institutions have no idea what the rate's going to be. There is only a handful of people that actually know what the rate's going to be, and it is most definitely not institutions because it's just not. So, why are they selling today? That's the question I'm asking myself. I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's a couple reasons why we're selling today. Maybe their anticipation for what the rate's going to be, they're trying to position themselves for that. Could be. They could be offloading some stuff to get a head start on the selling that could happen after the rate decision. Possible. What's also possible is they suspect the market to rally off the decision, and they're just taking some losses off their book now, and they're planning on loading up at this level. Could be. This is all complete speculation. But the reason why I'm bringing all this up is it's important to think about it. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., there's going to be news which will cause a volatile reaction in the market. The last few meetings haven't caused the market to do anything insane. However, that possibility exists. And as long as that possibility exists, why would I take my money and put myself in a scenario that carries a tremendous amount of risk? I'm not going to do that. So, unless I can make a trade today that is something I know I can get in and out of, like let's say a extremely weak stock makes a significant pullback, and I'm able to enter that um, on that pullback, and then make a quick trade targeting the low of the day, just a quick day trade, that's certainly possible. But other than that, it's tough to justify doing anything right now. I was short Nike earlier today. Let me just show you that. I shorted it somewhere over here, immediately bounced, even though the market continued selling. So I scratched it. I took it for break even around here. I completely stand by that decision. I think it was a very smart decision because look at Nike. Look at this compression. This is bullshit. This is not what you want. If you see this, this is not a stock that is trading the way you want it to, even if the daily chart looks like this. Now, as much of a demon Boeing is, it's trading much better from a relative weakness perspective than a stock like Nike is. I also took a look at Datadog earlier today. Datadog, I mentioned this in the last video I made with Tesla. Tesla's a dangerous stock. There's certain stocks that are a little dangerous. Datadog is one of them. I've been trading long enough, doing this every day, that I've come across these things enough times to really know how they trade. This stock trades in an annoying fashion. It's kind of hard to articulate how unless you do this every day, but it does. So when I saw it make a new low, I thought to myself, okay. And also, while this was happening, like I'll even show you 1035, what was happening at 1035? We were about to get a bullish cross on 1OP. So what that tells me is I need to wait anyway. So regardless of anything, I was waiting. I wasn't taking this short. I was waiting for this to play out, which we now just had a bear cross on SPY at 11:55, like 20 or 30 minutes ago, which essentially amounted to nothing. A new relative low a little bit, but I mean, it's been completely defended. I mean, I would not call this kind of action here something that I would say, oh, yeah, this is super bearish. I want to get short right now. Absolutely not. This is pathetic. This is not something where I am eager to run in and short. And if you look at the stock here, it's just barely above VWAP. Um, why would I want to short that? I wouldn't. And there is a lot of merit to shorting this stock, and it depends on your analysis and everything. And if we were in a better market where I felt more comfortable swinging, I probably would have taken that short. And I probably would not be worried that it's pulling back right now because when I'm swinging, I don't care about these stupid 5-minute chart pullbacks. They don't matter to me. As long as I get the move I'm looking for, I'm golden. But the whole point I'm trying to make here is we have a huge news tomorrow. Huge news. There's no reason to swing for the fences here. If you can get a quick 20 or 30 cents, 50 cents, maybe a dollar, that's pushing it though, which is crazy because 2 years ago it's like, okay, I'll take $5 on this, I'll take $10 on this. But it's a different market now. Volumes dried up. I mean, um, if you look at this at the SPY daily chart, I mean, it's pathetic. I mean, the 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 volume is gone. So I guess my whole point is that when you're trading, you need to be aware of what's happening. You have to have um, a knowledge of the economic events that happen every week, which didn't matter in a bull market. But we've been in a bear market for over a year, and it's very relevant in a bear market. And so you need to be aware of those things. And, I made no trades yesterday. Well, actually, scratch that. Mentally, I have looked at it as I've made no trades. But yesterday, I made one trade, which I scratched for break even. Today, I made two trades. One I scratched for break even. The other one I bought or I sold puts on mRNA around here. So I think that's a smart trade. I'm willing to own it at 102, which is why I bought those or not bought the puts. I sold the puts because I'm willing to own it at 102, and they expire this Friday. I expect to take 100% on those. Um, but yeah, I mean, you have to be careful. I mean, why? Why load up on the shorts here? What if tomorrow, and this is not in any expectations, but what if tomorrow Powell comes out and says, "Yeah, you know what? We decided that inflation's really easing up here. I think we're gonna cut rates." What if that happens? Is it likely to happen? No, that's not likely to happen. But also at the same time, like we are the retail traders. We are making an attempt to be able to take advantage of institutional buying or selling to be able to make money. Right? That's our job. So I'm sitting here. I'm not stupid, but I also don't have a PhD. I'm not a financial analyst. I do have a business degree with a concentration in finance, but does that mean that I know shit about what these institutional research teams know? Hell no. I don't have access to those reports. I don't have a Bloomberg terminal. How the hell am I going to get any of this information that they have? I'm not. So, why then am I going to say, you know what? Today's price action before a major news event, that's enough for me to make a decision on loading up my account. What the fuck? I mean, absolutely not. That doesn't mean that. So you need to be disciplined and you need to realize the circumstances that you're in. It is extremely frustrating trading this market. I have taken, I've probably taken as many trades as I did in the first 10 days of August. And we are nearly 20 days into September. I've probably taken less than that, in fact. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm sure I have because this I have barely traded this month. And do you know how upsetting that is? You know, this is my job. I need this job to make money. And the market's not giving me a lot of opportunities. But at the same time, if I force it, good luck. I mean, I'm going to lose all my money. Like, let me show you. So, um, let's say here. Let me look here. What we got? So let's say here, or here. Let's just start with September 5th. So just when you think that shorting might work here, boom, you get snapped out of those trades. And then just when you think you need to go long, which by the way, this is over a level that I would consider was appropriate to start thinking about taking some long positions again. But I didn't load the boat because I wanted to be cautious, and quite frankly, the opportunities weren't really presenting themselves. I was in ABBV, which I wanted to day trade. I'm not a day trader though, so my technique is not there. So I ended up turning it into a swing trade. Not the worst trade in the world by far. Um, in fact, it's performing pretty well, quite frankly. And I'm also in Meta, which is performing pretty well as well. It's not selling off like this, I can tell you that. So, yeah, I mean, today is arguably a good place to put on short swings, but my whole point is look at this chart and look at and think about the news. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully you learn something from this because I cannot tell you how many times having too much confidence in analysis without taking into account news, without taking into account every single thing you can take into account is going to be a huge mistake. So good luck trading, and hopefully that teaches you something.